Welcome back to Octave Tune-Up with Digital Thinker. My name is Rebecca, and today I'm going to provide an introduction into calculating performance details in EAM. Just a reminder, if you missed this session, all of the recordings will be published to the Octave Tune-Up 2026 playlist on the Digital Thinker YouTube channel, and you can find a link to that in the meeting chat. For today's session, we are going to start by defining MTBF and MTTR. So let's take a look at these two reliability metrics. So first of all, MTBF stands for mean time between failures. And as you can see here, it measures the average operating time between equipment failures. Typically, the higher the MTBF indicates that the asset is more reliable because it's operating for a longer period of time before a failure occurs. Now, the formula that's used in EAM and used traditionally is the total uptime divided by the number of failures. Just as an example, let's say you have an air compressor and it was operational for 1,000 hours over a 3-month period, but during that time, the compressor experienced 4 failures. So you would take the 1,000 hours divided by 4, and so the air compressor operates on average 250 hours between failures. Now, MTTR stands for mean time to repair, and this measures the average time required to repair an asset and restore it to its normal operation after a failure. So typically with MTTR, we're looking for a lower value because that's going to indicate the equipment is more efficient in terms of the response and downtime. An example for this would be you're going to have your total downtime divided by the number of repairs. So if a company is operating a production line and there's those mechanical failures over the course of, say, a month, let's say the line breaks 4 times. And those diagnostic and repair times could vary, but let's say they total 10. So you would take 10 divided by the 4 breakdowns, and on average, it would take 2.5 hours to diagnose and repair the machine after the failure occurs. Now, some of you may also be familiar with mean time to failure, but today we're focusing on mean time between failures and mean time to repair. So let me go ahead and switch over to EAM. If you're just getting started, Attune EAM offers a couple of base MTBF reports. These are available from the equipment menu under reports. There is mean time between failures and mean time between failures per equipment. But to benefit from these reports, you must be capturing closing codes on your work orders. If you're curious about closing codes, maybe that's something you haven't implemented yet, I would encourage you out on the Digital Thinker YouTube channel. If you just search for closing code, you'll find a few videos out there to help you get started. But what I want to focus on is while those reports and closing codes are a good starting point, Attune EAM also offers more, I would say, more advanced feature when it comes to the reliability metrics. Perhaps uptime is calculated by usage, say a meter reading, or you need to track the performance history. So in EAM, performance formulas and equipment ranking are used to populate the performance details for a piece of equipment. So you see here on my screen that for this gearbox assembly, there's a section on record view for the performance details. This information is read-only. I'll show you in just a moment, where we create the link between the asset and the performance formula. But something to keep in mind is the behavior of MTBF and MTTR calculations is controlled by a performance formula. These are set up under the equipment menu and then equipment ranking. And here I've just added a hyperlink to that field so I can quickly navigate to the performance formula. Now, we're not going to do like a deep dive into performance formula or equipment ranking. My goal for today is to share an introduction and hopefully a starting point for you to revisit and evaluate if this is something you want to set up in EAM. Okay. I can touch on a few things here because when it comes to the performance details, we're paying close attention to the MTBF and MTTR details. So the rating weights that you see here, that's going to be a value between 0 and 1 that determines the influence of the metrics on a final performance score. So in this example, I just kept it straightforward. So kind of that 50-50 balance between the MTBF and the MTTR. Next, a couple of things to be aware of are the maximum allowable failures per year and the maximum allowable repair hours. So this is used to calculate the performance ratings. Okay, and we'll take a look. We'll see how it kind of all works together in just a few moments. You can also choose to include children of the equipment, okay? And with this, it could be, usage-based, okay? So this would be if rather than mean time between failure, if it was going to be calculated based off a, say, meter reading in EAM, this would transfer to MU, so mean usage between failure, if you elected to make this usage-based. Okay. And then repair time calculation, this determines the method for calculating the repair time. It can be the daily maximum booked hours, or it could be the time between the work order being closed and reported. Or if downtime hours are present, so if downtime hours are being entered for a work order, you can also elect to use the downtime hours. So let me return to my asset here. As you can see, the performance details section is read-only. In Attune EAM, an equipment ranking is used to link a performance formula to an equipment record. Equipment rankings are set up under equipment ranking. Keep in mind that the type must be condition index. So that's what supports the calculation of the performance details. And you can associate your equipment ranking to your equipment on the Rankings tab. So if I hop over here, you'll see that I've associated my MTBF, MTTR time-based equipment ranking to my asset. And the performance formula that we were just looking at is actually tied directly to the equipment ranking, as you can see here. Now, like I mentioned, the type must be condition index. And even though it's not directly related to our reliability metrics calculations, you do need to set up ranks for your equipment ranking. So if you run into any issues, maybe go in and double check that ranks have been set up for your equipment ranking. Another thing to note is if the condition protocol, okay, is age for your equipment ranking, and let me just point to that again here. So this can either be age, okay, for time or usage, okay? So ours is set up as age. So in order for the system to calculate the performance details for our asset, I need to ensure that I've specified the service life in terms of years on record view. If the condition protocol is usage for your equipment ranking, you would the service life usage in terms of that UOM. Keep in mind, only one condition index can be associated with a piece of equipment. So you would need to choose if you're going to use it based on time, okay, or usage. Now let's take a little closer look at the performance details that you see here. And I'm just going to bring up a chart here to help us break down what the details are. So the mean time between failure in terms of days, because ours is time-based, is going to be 365 divided by the number of failures. So in this case, we've only had one failure, so it's going to be 365 divided by 1, okay? Now, if we were calculating the usage, okay, mean usage before failure, that information would be populated in the relevant field. Now, we do see the MTBF rating here, which is set to 75. So that is going to look at the maximum allowable failures per year that we defined on our performance formula. And it's going to do the calculation. So I've included the formula here, and that's how the system is derived. System's going to use that to assign a performance value to this particular asset. Now, there is a job that can be activated. It's called calc rank. So that's a job that can be set up to auto calculate the performance details that's used for equipment ranking. You can also manually calculate the equipment ranking. Just wanted to point here that calc rank is turned on. Okay, so you can see that it ran at 2 o'clock. But let me go ahead and hop over to rankings. Let me take a quick look here. All right. I just recalculated this, and let's see if our performance details changed at all. As you can see, they did. That's because earlier today I processed a work order, okay, and we had downtime hours of 3/4 of an hour. So as such, when I just manually recalculated the equipment ranking, the system is going to determine the new MTBF, the MTTR, and ultimately assign the new performance value. So this information, a great thing is that it's easily visible on record view. You can add it to your equipment data spies, say on the asset screen, use that to evaluate. You can also track the history. As I showed you here in the performance formula, okay, you can define your formula, but it's actually on the equipment ranking where you can track the history. So over time, we would be able to reference the performance details for a piece of equipment. Now, I know that was a lot of information at one time. I think the key takeaways, if you're just getting started with MTBF, know there are those base EAM reports, but those are directly tied to closing codes. If you want to take things a step further, I would encourage you to look into setting up a performance to calculate, your mean time or mean usage between failures and the mean time to repair. And just remember that the equipment ranking is used to link the performance formula to our equipment. Okay. So thank you for joining today's Octave tune-up. We hope to see you back next week. And if you have any follow-up questions, I'll stick around for a few moments. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you back soon. Take care, everyone.